What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today, in the world of indie games, we're going to be taking a look at a game called Colony Ship. If you've never seen Colony Ship before, this is a game that we've covered a couple times in the past, and I think it's one of the better RPGs coming out of indie games nowadays. And the last time I covered the game, I thought that we were done covering it. The game had come out in 1.0, it was finished, it was done, there was no more really to be added to it, but the developers have continued over the last 7 or 8 months since the last time we covered the game, playing around, adding new stuff to it, expanding zones, making the game much larger than it was even at 1.0 with new items, new enemies, new areas, stuff like that. And so I figured it was time for us to dive back on in, especially given the fact that I think this game is utterly fantastic. I'm of the opinion that as far as indie games goes, this is one of the better indie RPGs to be released during the course of my career, and it's from the venerable Iron Tower Studios. If you don't know who they are, they made Age of Decadence, which is a very highly unique video game that I don't think it's for everybody, but I do think it's a really sick game that if you're into it, this developer tends to specialize in making really hardcore RPGs that follow sort of immersive rules and have kind of logical outcomes and have themselves based on reality in some respect, while still being a universe that's full of realism. So we're going to dive on in, take a look at the game for about 30 minutes. You can check it out down below in the description if you wanted to get this game. As I mentioned, the game is done. It's finished. The developers are now just working on it post 1.0 and adding more things to it that they felt like might be cool additions to the overall equation. And so the link is down there. You'll also find a link to my Discord, my Twitch stream, all of those various links if you wanted to hang out live or if you wanted to slide through the Discord. Those are all available for you. So let's get right on into it. What is the theme of this game? What is this game to begin with? This is a game that takes place on a generation ship. If you don't know what a generation ship is, it's a sci-fi idea where you've got a colony ship that's being sent out into the stars because something has gone wrong on Earth that requires we leave the planet and go do something else. Let's get her reloaded real fast. Now, unfortunately, this colony ship has gotten lost in the sauce a little bit. Nobody knows if we're actually going to arrive at the place that we're trying to get to, or if it even still exists there. And so it's sort of devolved into this lawless hellscape where everybody is living in a pseudo-post-apocalyptic world full of bandits and raiders, and there's parts of the ship that you can't get onto, and there's parts of the ship that have been lost to time and are kind of these legendary areas now that adventurers are trying to break into. It's a very interesting and very compelling way to approach the idea of a game's premise. Right now, I'm holding a bridge because a gang that I'm a part of, you have to, like, join a gang pretty early on in the game because that's just the way that life functions in this universe. I joined up into a gang, and right now, my gang is assaulting another gang's headquarters, and I'm holding enemies off at the bridge that were intended to reinforce those guys to help them out and make the fight more difficult. And so this game is very much about the journey of just being in a giant ship that's steeped in legend and steeped in mysticism, almost like a pseudo-mysticism, and trying to find your way through it without getting yourself murdered. So he's got a shot off right there. What you're seeing right now is a view of combat. Combat in this game is AP-based, just like you would see in something like XCOM, or just like something you would see in old XCOM, or any of the other little titles that are sort of like that. You have AP. That AP can be used for various types of shots, everything from aim shots to snapshots, to aiming at specific body parts, which will grant you the boon of knocking out enemies' movement points or their ability to attack you. Wow, we got some pretty sick loot up in here, dude. We've got some nice stuff in here. I'm pretty amped up about what we just picked up. No wonder that fight went a little bit hairy. They had some pretty good stuff on them right there. And the crazy part was this is the easy fight that they give you if you're not combat spec'd. So this game, as I mentioned, is steeped in realism. If you've never played an Iron Tower game before, describing an Iron Tower RPG, you have to understand that they make very unique RPGs. Where the realism component here comes in is that you should not be able to expect to brute force and fight your way through everything inside of this game. Age of Decadence, their previous game, was the exact same way. If you're a talky character, this is a game that will provide you with the avenues and the methods to talk your way through just about everything. If you're a sneaky character, you're going to want to sneak through everything. You're not going to want to focus on combat because even if you're a combat spec character, in a lot of cases, you're just going to be outgunned by people that have better connections than you do. They have better access to weapons than you do. But you hold the gate until the distant gunfire dies down and head back to Main Street. The regulators fought to the last man. It was brave but futile. You watch as a cleanup crew armed with stretchers and mops marches into the bullet-riddled building. The bodies will be fed into the organic recyclers and all signs of carnage will be gone by the morning. Thus passes worldly glory. Braxton's dead. Jonas sounds old and weary. He lost, but what exactly did we win? I'd like to know. We lost a bunch of men that we can't replace, and on top of the soldiers that we hired, it seems like we let the fox ride in, don't it? Never mind, it doesn't matter now. What's the next plan? Next, put it behind us and start looking at the myriad of troubles coming on ahead. The Brotherhood will be back to probe our non-existent defenses. The Protectors probably think they own us now. The Church might even sit down at the table and stick a finger in the pie because why not? Or maybe if we get real lucky, the three of them will show up all at once and sort out their differences with our narrow bit of decking as the battleground. Okay, but you didn't mention what we're going to do. If we want to stay free, we need allies. Real players, not tin men like Braxton. Free-thinking citizens who will never bend in need of the high and mighty habitat. I want you to travel to the shuttle bay and talk to Mo Jackson. Him and his crew captured it from some raiders a few years back, and they turned it into a fort. The fact that he's held it since then means that Mo can handle anything that the ship can throw against him. More than that, Mo's a leader. If we get him on board, others are going to follow. All right, well, I'm a talky character, so let's go talk to Mo and see if we can get that knocked out. Braxton was this town's only hope, Faith says. Now that hope is gone. The town or yours? I didn't see the townsfolk lining up to back Braxton. Townsfolk come and go and the town remains, but it needs the rule of law to grow and prosper. You might be right, but what's done is done. All that's left is to hope for the best. Amen. Braxton would have ruled with an iron fist and it would have ended in bloodshed either way. Faith nods absently, but doesn't say much else. Your characters do talk in between one another. They do pay attention to the actions that you take. There will be consequences for the choices that you make inside the context of this game. But let me get my guys all nice and rigged up. As you can see, there's a large assortment of equipment, weapons, gear, things that you can put on your character. There's also supplementary items. There's quest items. There's mods. I mean, the full breadth of stuff that you're going to find in this game is going to be difficult to describe to somebody that hasn't jumped on into this title, but the cool thing about it is everything has its place inside of this game. Everything does something. Everything is useful in some way. It may just have a very specific use, and when you get stuck on something in this game, you should really think about all of the items and the utilities that you have inside your inventory. There's also a wide range of skills that you can customize your characters with. This game follows a kind of Fallout 2 or Fallout 1 formula from what I've seen so far playing around with it over 12 or 13 hours. The game has tagged skills. They go up, they determine your accuracy, things of that nature. There's supplemental skills. There's good quality of life in here where it's actually got a menu where you can assign people based on what skill they have to intervene. If you click on an object in the game world, it will just automatically pick the person with the highest skill in that skill check to go ahead and try and take care of it for you, which makes the game flow very smoothly. You've also got perks, a la something like Fallout, where every single time you level up, you will get a new feat. There's also hidden feats inside of the game that you can get from various interactions, various quests, and also implant stations, training stations, stuff of that nature. So my character has Frog Hunter. I got one of those by finding a science station where they were experimenting on mutant frogs. A lot of the enemies in this game are like weaponized amphibians that are really pissed off at you and really trying to murder you. The game world itself, it's incredibly detailed. It's all handmade and bespoke. It all looks great. I don't really have any complaints along that front. It feels like a place that's alive, and it feels like a place that is lived in. So we need to go talk to the shuttle bay. Can I get there just yet? How do I get to the shuttle bay? So to get to the shuttle bay, I think we have to go through the factory, but the factory is kind of a dangerous zone that's been taken over by a raider gang. As with everything else in this game, there's going to be a million. Nothing is ever simple, okay? This is one of those RPGs where they'll give you a quest like, go to a place and pick up an object for me. And then on your way to that object, there's going to be like 5 or 6 different wrinkles that you have to solve. I'm running an errand for Jonas. He's footing the bill. All right, it's going to take us 3 months to collect. Enjoy your trip. All right, let's have a look around this area. I've actually never been to this zone before, so in all honesty, I can't tell you precisely what's going to happen here. or if we are prepared for it. Crossing over to the factory isn't an easy journey. Who knows when you might be able to return. If you have any unfinished business in the pit, you should take care of it now. I think I did every quest except for like the arena fights at the courthouse, so I think we're good. While exploring the armory, you found a strange machine stored away for the future. Old Earth tech is always in high demand on the ship, and you suspect that with the right buyer, this hunk of metal is going to set you up for life. The place to go for answers and a buyer for something this big? The Habitat, a multi-deck city in the middle of the ship. There's also kind of like a Les Miserables thing going on, where people that live in the Habitat are like hoity-toity, and they're kind of the elites. And all of us that live down here in the container bay are sort of like cockroaches that just get ignored by society. Heck, I have anything to say? You can hold down the tab key in order to highlight anything interactable. I highly recommend you do. The game also is going to be one of those games where you probably want to quick save every time you do anything. Because it's a very, very deadly game. You can die very quickly in this game. Combat is almost universally a terrible choice. Imagine what it looked like before the mutiny, with trains running back and forth, factories working non-stop. What did they produce? Everything the future colony is going to need. Basic tools, machines that can be repaired on the spot, skill sets. On Proxima, somebody can build a crude power generator. It'll be way more useful than somebody that knows how to operate long-dead Earth-made machinery. More importantly, it kept the poor bastards occupied. Anything's better than wondering what we all did to deserve this hell. I mean, maybe Earth is long gone and we're the lucky ones. Feels like it. Alright, so we've got Stanton down here. I think he's the boss of the guys that live down in here. Basically, anybody with a name is going to be somebody that we want to talk to. What's Finland got to say? First time? Haven't seen you passing through before. Yep. You're going to love the Habitat then, the man says excitedly. It's like one of the mega cities from the stories. Hard to go back to your old life after seeing how we were meant to live. Heard it's destroyed. Says who? The cargo rats in the pit that never been? Sure, Habitat took some damage during the mutiny and maybe after it too, but it's still the grandest thing on the ship. Alright, you think they'll ever stop fighting? I don't see how. It's not like we can shake hands and let bygones be bygones. Can't do much when one side believes in one thing and the other the opposite, can you? Maybe the ship authority had the right idea. Keep everybody in line at least until we arrive. So from what I can tell, I did the 2 conversations over here, and it seems like they're just waiting for me to get ready to go. I guess I'm a VIP now that's being escorted to a place that, like, I'm not supposed to be at. And so they've got all hands on deck right now to make it happen because our benefactor flushed an unbelievable amount of credits down the drain getting us here. What you got inside your stock? You got anything sexy? There's a few things in here that look like upgrades to me, but they're not going to be cheap. So I'll take the old Stanley, and I'll take the scoped rifle, I think. I've also got some coats and stuff in here that might be useful, but I've actually got to filter through all this gear and figure out what I can sell before we get there because I'm carrying around a lot of stuff right now. Getting some money back for the power saw would be great because I'm honestly not even using it. The double trouble, I need to see if it's better than the shotgun my other shotgunner has, but let's slam some of this stuff into action. Now that I've got everybody locked and loaded with the equipment that they need to have for the journey that we're about to take ahead, let's just offload the rest of the loot, and then we'll get on the road. Loot's all stored away, so let's see what nightmare is waiting for us. Whenever you're ready, says Smiles when you come near. Alright, I'm ready to go. Let's get on out of here, and let's see how this whole thing plays out. Oh, she actually fell in line, so we've actually got to walk our way through here. Okay. Sounds like we're headed for a dungeon crawling section of the game. There are a lot of dungeons to crawl through in this game, in case you are wondering, and they are very detailed with multiple paths and multiple ways you can work your way through each little sub-area of the game. Another run, be safe out there. How's it looking? All quiet, but you know how it is. Expecting an attack? Always. If they could, the Black Hand in Detroit City would wipe us out in a heartbeat, so we guard every inch of the road to deny them the opportunity. They hate you that much, huh? Bartholomew wants our business. Dumont wants to control the factory and beyond. There's a control panel over here. What does it do? A single surveillance monitor is all that remains of the ancient control panel. The rest was stripped for parts a long time ago. Okay. Pathfinding's being a little wonky right now. One thing you absolutely will run into in this game is sometimes the pathfinding It's not the greatest. My characters get stuck quite a bit. It's usually easier if you do like increments instead of like clicking all the way off on this side of the map and then just waiting for him to get there. But you're probably just going to want to click here, then click here, you know, so on and so forth. It just makes life easier. Barricaded door, walkway behind it destroyed. They don't want to take any chances. I could steal the pistol from the table, but stealing from the people that are meant to protect me as I'm diving through one of the most dangerous areas on the ship, full of murderous scoundrels that want me dead, probably not the best idea. What's in here? The hell do you think you're doing? Just curious what was behind the door. It's our supply depot and we lock it for a reason. If we're attacked, we won't run out of ammo or medkits anytime soon. Got anything to trade? Supplies aren't for sale. Come on, surely you can part with something without endangering the station. As if. Alright, fully charged, a plasma cell, 12 charges apiece, 8 good shots with a pistol. Any store would ask 1,200, I'll give it to you for 1,000. I don't have the money right now. I'll come back for it. Energy weapons in this game are a symbol of status and being elite. They're incredibly rare, the ammo being even more rare. Is there anything inside this trash pile? I mean, 45 caliber ammo, I'll loot it, why not? Climb down this ladder, see if there's anything else interactable down here. There's a dead guy right there, but he's down below. Another run, Smiles. What's this do? An old terminal with a cracked display, keyboard missing half of its keys. Faith, take a look at it. The OS is corrupted, but Faith recovers a requisition conscripting 10 workers into the dwindling security forces. 9 training authorization codes have been redeemed. The last one might still work. Alright. Well, we've got an authorization code. You do get XP for everything you do in this game, every single skill check, every single thing that you interact with. Leveling up is slow and meaningful in this game. Your character gets much stronger with each feat that they stack, but don't get cocky. This universe is trying to kill you at every single moment. I don't actually know where we're going, so I'm hoping this is the right direction. A shot rings out and a keeper goes down. He isn't dead, but he will be soon unless the wound is treated. But first, someone has to neutralize the sniper. I have 1 rifle skill. That's all that I have. Normally what it would do is it would give me an option because I do have a guy named Evans in my party that is a designated sniper. Usually, this is actually kind of strange for this game. Usually there's an option here that's like, Evans, catch, and you throw him the rifle and he takes the snipe shot. Pretty sure he's sitting at rifle 6 or rifle 7 right now, but let's move. Looks like there's a sniper out here. Let me save my game real quick, too, before we go any deeper on down into the hellscape. Lockpicking 2. Go ahead and check these drawers. Oh, nice, dude. Medkits. Hell yeah. Medkits are always useful. I always seem to be getting myself shattered, destroyed, shot, murdered, or otherwise beat down. Smiles kicks the door open, shouting greetings that could be easily mistaken for insults, and stops. The place is a slaughterhouse, nothing but dead bodies strewn around the room. Oh, raiders pour into the room. Back to Stanton, now! Okay, I'll go back to Stanton. I mean, it says stay and fight and probably die. Maybe Stanton will name a fort after you. Let's go back to Stanton. We left her to die. It's the first thing he said since the ambush. Somebody had to let Stanton know what happened there. She knew that and sacrificed herself to help us get away. Doesn't make it easier, does it? Nope. Listen, man, I'm just a client. I'm not even the guy in charge here. She had a job to do and she did it, and that's what we paid for. 10,000 credits. It was her job to take a bullet in that situation. What happened? Where's Smiles? She didn't make it. Fort Defiance is overrun. Ugh. If it's a fight they want, I got a favor to ask of you. Not that you have a choice. If we're going to wipe the Black Hand out once and for all, if Detroit wants to get in on this action, they're more than welcome to join us. If not, tell them I'm holding them responsible in our arrangement. I'm not holding them responsible and our arrangement stands. Can't spare anybody right now, so you got to be an ambassador. Don't worry. They're not going to harm you. He gives you a badge. All right, and if I see a chance to take them out, they'll tell you apart. Don't do anything stupid. I don't want them dead. I want them fighting Black Hand next to us. All right. What are we going to do now? I guess we have to help Stanton and his boys. Is that what we're doing now? Helping folks in need? What do you mean? I mean that Stanton's problems aren't our problems. Keep that in mind when we deal with the locals. All right, well, I think this guy over here said that Black Hand is behind this gate, right? So we got to go talk to this guy. Let's get in here and see how this unfolds. I think that's what he said, is Black Hand territories over here. Didn't think I'd see you again. Where you off to? Detroit, Stanton's orders. Good luck. Nothing good's gonna happen inside of here, is it? Dude, everybody's acting like I'm a dead man walking already. Lost, pretty boy? Stanton sent me to have words with your boss. Stanton's feeling the heat, huh? Not so high and mighty now. All right, well, come on up. We'll see what you have to say. I've heard one of your forts was raided. I'd assure you that I didn't have anything to do with it, but you already know that. Stanton's going to attack the Black Hand stronghold and wants you to invite him. He invites us to fight and die like some lowly peasants to make him king of the factory? I don't think so. A bit short-sighted, don't you think? After Stanton crushes the Black Hand, do you want to stand next to him or be the next target? He hesitates and scoffs. What if I want to be left alone? But I guess that's not an option now, huh? You have the Black Hand to thank for this, not Stanton. The sooner the conflict's over, before the Habitat gets involved, the better it gets for everybody. You're right about that. Okay, we're on your side, but I help Stanton take the Black Hand stronghold. I keep it. That way we split the factory 50-50 as partners. I don't think Stanton will agree to it. Then I'll side with the Black Hand. Dumont and I go way back. Listen, man, we both know that the only reward Dumont's going to give you is a bullet in the back of your head when you outlive your usefulness, but if that's what you really want, 20%. 20% of every dime Stanton makes. If he agrees to it, we'll attack the Black Hand together. If not, shrug. I'll do my best. The game also has very well-developed fast travel, by the way. You can fast travel to every point of interest in every single map very quickly, and there's no load screens or anything else unless you transition in between actual tiles themselves, which is good. Talk to Bart. He wanted the Black Hand stronghold, but I convinced him to take 20% instead. You're awfully generous with my money. I did what I had to do to make him fight for you. Rest is on you. It's not a bad deal, come to think about it. I'd gladly pay more to get rid of the Black Hand. All right, get ready. It's going to be a bloody fight. Maybe I can make it less bloody? You sure? If something goes wrong, we won't be able to get to you in time. Let's stick together. I don't know if I feel good about going by myself down there, but we did catch a level up from some of these skill checks. So we've got another feat that we can add to our character. I already know what I'm going to add. I wanted to get armor proficiency if I don't already have it. Do I already have armor proficiency? Doesn't look like I can get armor proficiency, so I'm guessing my strength is too low. I'll probably go for Sergeant then. I saw it up here, and it gives boost to everybody in my party and makes all their combat stats better. So, +4 accuracy, +6 critical strike chance. It's not much, but it adds up in a game where usually you have like 62% chance to hit. And so bumping that up to 66 or so, it'll help. It's not a lot, but it's something. All right, let's join the assault team. The Black Hand Fortress is looming over you. Ancient anti-riot barriers protect the defenders from long-range fires, leaving you with no choice but to charge forward. You make the sign of the cross and attack. Yeah, there's quite a few of them back there, ain't they? Well, I'm going to stay behind these guys because I don't want to get shot. I feel very negatively about being shot, so let's avoid that. Faith, you get in back here. I get the feeling we're going to take a lot of fire before we close with the enemy. Start it! Aw, my personal barricade moved. But he did land some pretty good shots right there. Oh, wow, he's trying to get up in, like, hugging, touching, squeezing distance. Okay. He's been grazed. Maimed. Even better. Injected an aggro stim. Yeah, that's going to be a problem. But your characters do get automatic overwatches in this game. He's about to get beat half to death. All right, who do I have here? I've got this keeper with me. I think I'll probably just have him charge forward. He doesn't have any supplementary stuff. Oh, he's got a vector? When do I get a vector, dude? I want a vector bad. I got grenades and stuff, but I don't know how it's going to work out for me. These guys are getting riddled with holes. This is what happens when you do like a glorious charge towards the enemy. You get into cover, I suppose. Can you throw a smoke grenade that far? These guys are all shooters, though. You can take a regular shot at him, but it's a real low hit chance due to my range and distance, and I guess I can squeeze one. Maybe we'll hit. We did not hit. These guys are all back in behind cover. Evan's probably the only person here that actually has a solid chance of hitting anything from back here. He's got a snipey, though, so we might be able to do something. Can I snapshot him from here? 43%. 56, I'll take that. 56 is a pretty good hit chance for this game. If you haven't played it before, 56 is all right. I'll take 56. We might want to activate energy shields, maybe, or throw stasis grenades in order to get these guys locked down. I don't know exactly how it's going to play out. I don't even know if I can shoot that far. I mean, you hit him. I'll take it. It's better than nothing. Turn on your energy shield. And then Jed's back here, but Jed's a shotgunner. Turn on a distortion field. Move up to here. And he can't really do anything for right now, so he's going to end turn. If you end turn without using your AP, you get a lot more evasion. Oof, riddled with holes. I don't think it's going to save him, though. I was going to say, it looks like he's on the get beat with a pipe express. And these guys are all going to get shots off at me. What's your accuracy? 9% with a 5-shot burst? That's not great. Could definitely be better. Can you step forward at all? Step up to there. You missed at that range, huh? It's no wonder you guys are losing territory. You guys are all pretty miserable shots. They didn't really come with supplementary stuff either. Neither of these guys has grenades. Like in an ideal world, I'd like to throw up and I'd like to run up and throw a grenade on him, but it's not really going that way, is it? They're not really pulling up on me either. I will send you forward, but only because you have an energy shield. To maybe help out with whatever's going on over here. We're just taking a normal shot right there. If I aim at a weak point, how am I looking? I mean, you hit him. It's better than not hitting him. Faith. Ooh, snipey. Yeah, snipey. Those are pretty long shots. Evans may be able to move up a little bit. Activate your distortion field, though. That's got us at a 43 right there, but he's still on snapshot. 58, take it. Hey, critical hit. Good stuff. Okay, fall back a little bit. We're going to kind of like stick and move here because these guys have us pretty aggressively outgunned. And we need to have a couple of them down before both of these enforcers go down. Faith, if it's all you can do, 1 damage is better than no damage. With the shotgun, move up. He's already got his energy shield up. Didn't really help, though. Got him with the shotgun, though. That's the good stuff. Gave him a little love tap. If I can throw a disruptor over there, that would be just beautiful. I want him to hook that corner right there, but I don't think it's going to happen. Throw a disruptor at him. There we go. That causes these guys to have a panic attack, and as a result, they get half as much of their AP as they normally get, which means we should be able to avoid getting mag dumped and shot at a whole bunch. I'm not in love with most of my options here. I guess do what you can do right here. Soften them up a little bit. Because you're about to go down, my man. Yeah, he didn't make it. Luckily, he should be able to tank with an energy shield for a while before this goes haywire on me. Let's take a shot or two at him. He's down. Take a shot at him, and that's all we're going to be able to do right there. They're winging shots back at me. Evans, sing him a little chin music. Good stuff. We have the range advantage here, so let's try to fight from a nook if we can. You reload. And then wait it out. Does Jed have a turn still? Jed still has a turn. Fall back a little bit. Let's bait him back towards this cover over here. Because none of their weapons, I don't think, are going to be able to hit us at that range. They're going to have to close. And so we're going to play the opposite of what we just did to them over there. Yeah, so like we had to run into their firing line in order to pick a couple kills. What I'd like to do now is force them to run at my firing line, if at all possible. Worst case scenario is, I guess, we can advance through smoke. It won't be an ideal situation, but it will be a situation. Everybody get into cover. I'm kind of waiting to see what they're going to do. Get him with the long rifle, brother. Oh, he's got to reload. That's going to eat up a big chunk of his turn. I think that costs 6 AP, so we can't do that either. If they lump up over here, though, I've got a stasis grenade. That'll freeze them in place for a couple of turns. Like, it's like a time continuum grenade. I honestly don't know exactly how it works with regards to science fiction. But it would be not... Is she using snapshots right now? What is she using right now? Hey, critical hit right there. I'll take that. I don't know if you want to, like, push up a little bit. Get him with the shotgun and then fall back. There we go. That's looking good. These guys are still disrupted, so let's wait and see what they do. That guy's going to die in a couple of turns. Oh, wow, he can actually wing shots from that distance, huh? He's hitting them, too. This is a thing you'll repeatedly run into in this game, which is where the enemy has, like, way better stats than you do at all times. Like, it is undeniable that the enemy has way better stats than you do, and they hit, like, impossible shots that your party could never hit. We've got a weak spot shot right there, though. I'll take that. 3 damage, huh? That's what you're going to give me? Okay, well, if we got to push, we got to push. It is what it is. You go ahead and inject a health stim. And then you've got 7 AP. 67 on that shot. He's only getting 1 anyways. Good hit, good hit. I'll take it. Get behind somebody with a shield. And that leaves Faith. Faith has the stasis grenade. We can give that a whip. See if that works. Can she get that stasis grenade around that corner to get both of them? Not really. Not really. So this is just going to be a headache. All right. You've got that much AP left. She got on a body shot right there. Not much. I'll take it. I mean, it's not perfect, but it's something. He's got another disruptor grenade that I could maybe get him with. What's the aggro do? 4 AP, 15 reaction, and 10 accuracy. If he survives. Yep, do it. I say just rush him, baby. Let's just send it. The stim wouldn't work because I already have a stim on me. Hopefully he lasts a turn. If he doesn't last a turn, it's not going to be great. Okay, I'll take that. Let's keep advancing. So it's going to be 8 AP on this shot with a 43 right there. Aimed weak point. What do I have on like a normal shot? Let's move up a couple. Get a little closer. Ow, reaction, attack. It hurts so much. 14% chance of hitting with that one. 5% chance of hitting with this one. My man is a dodge god. Didn't dodge that though. Hey, good critical hit right there. Evans, my man, coming through for me when I needed it. I think he's got a perk that makes him penetrate cover too, which is just really useful. You keep moving up. You're the only person with your shield still active. Everybody else's shield is down. And she needs to reload, though, unfortunately. So she's only going to get 1 blappers right there. But at least it hit with a 20% chance, so I'll take that. 40% from right there. Move out to there. $70 from right there. Light them up. Give them both barrels. Keepers down. We're going to pull up on a flank, hopefully not get reacted on. And from this spot, what do I have on that? 25% chance? 65% chance right there. Oof. Okay, you'll get caught up in the crossfire. I was trying to get him with the execution style murder right there, but it didn't work out. Just keep dumping rounds into him. As many rounds as you've got. He'll res after the fight. It's going to be okay. As long as they don't start mag dumping over here, we should be all right. There's one. Oh, he survived with 1 HP. We got him. We're all right. Okay. End the turn, and that'll get us our guys back. You've taken the bridge. Blackhand's forces are waiting for you in the courtyard. Oh, no, there's another fight? Oh, my God. Well, this is a really, really great RPG. It's a good thing I saved before I went on in there because this is kind of a mess. I don't think we're going to walk this one off. They only gave me 2 guys as backup, and they've got outnumbered by 2 guys with 2 snipers up on towers. It's going to get a little bit nasty before it gets better, but this is Colony Ship. You're learning firsthand why combat is not a good idea in this game. But it is a very, very good RPG that's absolutely just rife with options and things that you can do. I'll see y'all tomorrow with something hot and fresh off the indie skillet, but up until then, it's time for me to go. Bye, folks.